Welcome back. Well, it's going to be another pretty nice day tomorrow. The winds are going to crank up. We're going to see more clouds, maybe an afternoon storm or two that we might have to keep an eye on. But the big action is going to be on the way as we get closer to Saturday morning, with things getting real rough for a couple of hours before things quiet down as we head into the afternoon hours Saturday. And we'll salvage Sunday, but it's going to be a blustery Sunday. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. First off, as we take a look at the big picture, we got this upper level trough of low pressure. Two big weather features going on. We have a big ridge of high pressure out in the Gulf, one upper level trough in the west, and the two will conspire to produce a surface low pressure system and juice up this weather system over the next 24 hours, where storms will be busting out across Texas by this time tomorrow night in the Arklatex, and then be spreading south and eastward. And there is a fairly significant severe weather threat with this frontal boundary as well. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. Meanwhile, fair to partly cloudy skies. Hopefully you got a chance to see that space station zipping on by this evening. Looked really good and disappeared pretty much as expected overhead. Some clouds out there, but still generally fair to partly cloudy, but the clouds are going to win out as we go deeper into the nighttime hours, and we see that on Futurecast. Here we go through tomorrow morning to lunchtime, and I don't think we see any precip developing during the day, but maybe some breaks in the clouds. If we see some breaks in the clouds with breezy southerly winds and deeper moisture coming in and the atmosphere getting more unstable, might see a shower or thunderstorm. Thunderstorm? That sounds German. Thunderstorm. I want to say thunder shower or storm at the same time. Thunderstorm popping up in the late afternoon, early evening, and maybe we'll have to keep an eye on it, but rain chances, it is kind of funny, isn't it? 20 to 30%. So here we go into tomorrow night. This is where it gets serious, where that frontal boundary will start to move southeastward. Rain and some intense thunderstorms, the northern part of the state, during the wee morning hours of Saturday morning, entering southwest Louisiana. This is at 4 a.m. Then at 7 a.m. This model's a little bit faster than the last couple of runs, so may want to discount it. It's been looking like 8 or 9 o'clock all day long for Lafayette. Now this one says a little bit closer to 7. Bottom line, early morning hours, and there will be the threat of damaging winds, perhaps an isolated tornado, and maybe some hail as well. Notice the enhancement at 9 a.m. showing these storms getting a little bit more boisterous, perhaps a greater threat of severe weather, and that will be pushing into eastern Louisiana. Front moves through Lafayette shortly around noon, and the rain and storms will end shortly thereafter. Won't clear the southeastern parishes of Acadiana till about 5 or 6, but I think later Saturday afternoon we should be okay for art walk or whatever you have planned in the evening. And then it gets blustery, breezy, and much cooler. Look at the temperatures, 7 a.m. Sunday at 45. There's that wind chill. I said we might be threatening the upper 30s in the latest model run going for that, but at least we'll see sunshine and temperatures eventually getting into the 60s Sunday afternoon, low to mid 60s. Rainfall wise, not expecting flooding, but it's going to be pretty wet. Lafayette on eastward, we're going to say 1 to 3, higher amounts to the east, lower amounts to the west, and that's the way it's been looking all along. Not expecting widespread flooding, but some localized runoff in the streets possible. So here's the severe storm risk for tomorrow into tomorrow night. I think this yellow will get extended a little bit farther south and east, puts us in a slight risk area. And then we have a little discontinuity between the day 2 forecast and the day 3 forecast that picks it up at 7 a.m. Saturday. Bottom line, though, we're going to see all modes of severe weather as a threat. Primary threats, large hail and damaging winds, but maybe a few strong tornadoes somewhere in Louisiana as we go into Saturday morning. Tomorrow in the near term, it's just going to be a windy day. These are sustained winds, so that means gusts 30 to 35. So I would expect a wind advisory tomorrow afternoon. Nice evening, breezy and milder overall. Clouds moving in late, 66 the low, 82 the high tomorrow. We'll go with rain chance no higher than 30% with those gusty southerly winds. Moving into Saturday morning, 100% chance of those thunderstorms on the way. It's going to be a stormy day, especially in the morning hours. And then toward the evening, things quiet down, and then blustery. All of next week looks great, and then another round of storms, possibly
I thought you were working on that. You told me the other day you were working on this weekend thing.
Yeah, and you know, we got it okay for a couple of weekends, but now we're back on the weekends are so-so. But Sunday's going to be nice.
Okay.
So,
Okay, we'll take that. Something's better than nothing.
It sure is. Thanks, Rob. Still ahead tonight on KATC. We